It's the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and I've got some more predictions ahead. Little cleats off the clock again, given some predictions as we continue through the NFL playoffs. These predictions are just getting harder even though there's less and less teams. And why? Because we have teams that honestly across the board could be Super Bowl contenders. It makes it harder and harder to actually make predictions. Right here you can see how last week looked. I got 3 out of the 6 correct with the winner. 2 of the 3 that I didn't get right, I had some point swings that were spot on with a 1-point win with the Chargers and Jaguars. The 1 score swing by Vikings and Giants. Tampa and Cowboys, I was just plain wrong. I'll take that out. Moving ahead here, the Jaguars and Chiefs. The Jaguars have been doing astounding things, and Trevor Lawrence has been playing some excellent football, especially in the second half. We've seen great things, especially on Saturdays. That seems to be a big stat a lot of people are talking about right now, and how he's like 52-0. I could be way off on that, but he's undefeated on Saturday football games. Listen, it doesn't matter. Kansas City Chiefs are a far superior football team. This is what I think is going to happen. I'll give you a little situational piece. Coming into halftime of that game, the Chiefs will get out ahead, something like 21-3. I do think the Jaguars will do what they do. Second half, they'll start to climb. The Chiefs are still going to score a little bit in the second half. It might make it interesting. It might make us like, are you serious? Is this actually going to happen again? But I do not see it happening. The Chiefs winning over the Jaguars 31-24. The Bengals and the Bills. Honestly, this is probably one of the hardest ones for me. Why? Because I think that this game could honestly go either way. Now, looking at this, I think there's a couple things to take into consideration. If the Buffalo Bills defense is able to force 4 sacks on Joe Burrow, the Bills win. The Bengals are done. But if Josh Allen and the Buffalo offense allow 3 turnovers, Buffalo's done. Bengals win. I really think that that's a deciding factor. One of the big things that I think is going to come down into play is we have a banged up offensive line for the Bengals, as well as I noticed on the injury report, a banged up secondary, it looks like. I think that's going to be too much. I think Joe Burrow is going to give us a fun game. He's going to keep them in it with Jamar. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think it's going to be 33-30. That one could go either way. The Cowboys, 49ers. This is their year. Every year's their year. The Cowboys have been playing great football, and last week was excellent, especially from Dak Prescott. He had a great week. 4 touchdowns, I think it was, no interceptions. We're going to see a different football game. Why? Because we have 2 of the best defenses in football playing against each other. Yes, they have the offenses that could score a lot of points, but I think defense wins championships. This one I think is going to be a really tight game. This can go 2 ways. Way number 1, last week, Maher missed 4 extra points. The guy otherwise has been stellar this year. I really see him kicking 4 field goals to make up for those 4 extra points. I do. Only 1 touchdown on offense. Why? Because Dak is going to throw a couple interceptions this week. CeeDee Lamb will probably get a touchdown, or maybe Schwartz. Dak is going to come back down to earth because the 49ers defense is so good. They're going to create pressure, make him question things, some bad throws, or some hits that cause fumbles. Regardless, we'll see some turnovers. We'll see probably low-scoring offense, but I wouldn't be surprised Brett Maher makes up for it with 4 field goals. Or, stay with me here, the idea, the potential of the Cowboys with an upset game-winning field goal by the guy who just missed 4 extra points. That's one way. The second way is the way that I think it's actually going to go. 49ers are they're going to be held as well by a good defense, but some injury issues going on with Dallas, and I think that may affect some things. We're going to see better offensive play from the 49ers. It's still going to be tight because of those defenses. 20-19, 49ers beat the Dallas Cowboys in the scare of an upset. Finally, we've got the Giants and the Eagles. The Eagles are an interesting one to look at. First of all, because Jalen Hurts has only played 1 football game in a month. That, to me, is not good. Had a shoulder injury. A large amount of the Eagles' offense has really relied upon 3rd and 4th down conversions with QB sneaks, as well as some read option capability and scrambling from the quarterback. I think he's going to run different. He's not going to play exactly like he has earlier in the season, and that will affect things on offense. Sirianni will rely on the run game, but the Giants are a surprising team. The Giants defense is going to be doing things different than we have seen all year. They're going to have multiple different looks that are probably going to mess around with, they're going to try to mess around with the Eagles' high-flying offense from earlier in the season that isn't there. The third matchup of these guys, the Eagles are 2-0 on that. I've always said it's difficult to beat the same team 3 times in a season. Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are going to spread out the field and help the Giants to emphasize some of the run game that is going to surprise some people, namely the Eagles defense. We'll see what happens there. Giants, Eagles tie going into overtime at 24 apiece, and the Eagles losing at home as the number one, as the favorite. The Giants upsetting them, getting things going crazy in New York again, either 27-24 or 30-24. I honestly wouldn't be surprised about a big hitter from Saquon or something in overtime to get a touchdown for a win. Either way, Giants winning a thriller in overtime. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me in the comments. Hey, while you're at it, smack that like button, hit subscribe to get more videos like this, turn on the notifications, whether they're moments from podcasts, whether they're predictions of what's happening, whatever it is, make sure that you get updated about those. We'll see what happens this weekend. Do you agree with me? Check back in with you next week. See ya.